Hi, I'm Carolyn Miller, and I'm evaluating my international speech. So to get started, the intro, I would say actually all of it was an A. I gained attention pretty well by asking, what would you do with $30,000? Kind of an interesting question. It was relevant to the audience, definitely. The sex trafficking can be kind of like a vague issue, but I definitely, by mentioning the specific place in Nepal, that is something related to Red Thread, which is based out of Abilene, so that's definitely relatable. So yeah, like I said, everything, my thesis was clear, and I kind of hit on what I would talk about in the last sentence of my introduction. As far as the body goes, I think I had my main points and my claims were pretty clear. It wasn't a persuasive speech necessarily. It was more of like, I feel like, an informative speech and to kind of influence the audience to take action, influential speech. So I wouldn't say strong arguments were maybe more of a B because I wasn't trying to argue anything, but I definitely gave some very real and I think how did I say it? Kind of like a look into the issue, definitely. My supporting material, I thought I had some very convincing supporting material. My oral citations were it was pretty clear, I felt like, but it was kind of, there were a lot of long names, and so I would say that was probably more of a B. My organization, I felt like my organization and my transitions were very, like, logical, so I would say, and it made sense, so I would give that an A. The conclusion, I felt like I drew it to a close pretty well. Like, I was like, I kind of led from what was going on and how that was affecting girls and led into how this is how you can change it. This is how Red Thread is helping change things and you can help them. I didn't, let's see. The main points I didn't revisit as much, but I restated the thesis kind of in a different way and definitely touched on the main points, like this is how you can help and this is how it relates to you. As far as delivery goes, I would say I had an A in everything. I would probably give myself a B in voice usage because that's not something I particularly remember focusing on. I know my voice is probably the most dynamic, so but that's okay. And as far as like gestures and facial expressions, I feel like I had pretty good gestures and facial expressions. But I remember last time you might have said that I don't know if I was using too many gestures or something like that. And let's see. And then the overall impression, I definitely say that would be all an A as well because I felt like the topic was challenging. Like, I'm sure tons of girls have, or tons of people have talked about this, have talked about sex trafficking, and I know that the national issue speech was on sex trafficking in the U.S., but I think that it's easy to focus on kind of like a large scale, but I really wanted to focus on Nepal and India because that's something that a place that's kind of I feel like overlooked in the world stage, and but it's something that Red Thread is such a huge presence in and is such a big presence on ACU's campus. So I felt like I wanted to challenge the audience to look into that and see how they could help. And my visual aids, I felt my visual aids were pretty good. I had my slides were really streamlined. They kind of followed a similar theme. It was easy to read and not too many words, not very distracting. And I got positive feedback on that with the discussion board. So I think that's everything. So I think my speech was much better than my last one. So anyways, thank you very much.